Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to restrict an activity or a resource in Moodle specific to a group. Our first step is to go to Moodle. Once you get in, you're going to log in, find the course that you want, and go ahead and turn editing on if you don't already have it turned on. The next step is to make sure that you already have that group set up with students in the group. So this is the group that we're going to restrict the assignment to, meaning that they're the only ones who will be able to access that assignment. To see your groups, you can click on Administration, Users, and then Groups. And when you get in here, you'll see any existing groups that you have and how many students are enrolled. Any students that are assigned in your course will show up in this right-hand column. At this point, if you don't already have that group set up, go ahead and pause this video and get your group set up with the students who need to be in that group. Okay, so now that you have that group set up, you have students in that specific group, our next step is to find the assignment that we want to restrict. So you can restrict anything. You could restrict a URL, a PowerPoint, or a Google URL. In this case, I'm going to use a quiz, so we're going to go into the settings of that resource or activity. Once you get into the settings of whatever that resource is, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see this option, Restrict Access. Alright, so our next step is to actually restrict this assignment. We're going to click this blue Add Restrict button. There's lots of criteria options. We're going to restrict by group. And our next step is to select the group that we want to restrict by. It is very important, this next step, that you click this little I. What that does is it ensures that this assignment will be hidden entirely if the user does not meet this condition. Meaning, if the user is not in this group, they won't even know this assignment is an option. This helps because multiple assignments will confuse students. But that said, it's also very important that when you name this assignment, you name it something that your students who need this version will understand. If you wanted to name that M so that you know M means modification, that's fine if you're comfortable with your students knowing that they're the M group. I like to name mine by colors, so if they're in the blue group, they know that all they know is that they're taking the blue version. That said, I know that that's my modified group. So it's up to you how you name that, but just make sure that for your restricted assignments, you're also naming that something other than the version of this assignment that is not restricted. That's going to be very helpful to you. Again, now that we've clicked this I, this group will be the only ones who can actually see that. So we're going to go ahead and click Save and Display. You'll notice that now that I've restricted that assignment, underneath on my screen, it says not available unless you belong to mod, hidden otherwise. That's really only for the teachers. Students will not see that as long as you've clicked that little I. So that's going to be important for you to know. If you don't click that I, students, all of your students, whether they're in that group or not, will be able to see this assignment. So keep that in mind. All right, you know how to restrict a resource or assignment by a group.